This video contains adult content. Viewer discretion is advised. And if you are watching this video, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. It's your boy Tony Strong here, man, with another Kicking It Strong. And today I'm here in the studio with the leader of Logic himself. You know him, you love him, or you hate him. Either way, you still recognize him. The one and only Mr. Richard motherfucking Reason.
Hey, that's what they call me. That's me right here. And I just want to say your thanks are more than welcome for boosting up the views on this show. I know you're gonna triple your count there.
Oh, really? We'll triple my count.
It's gonna be because of me, and so you're welcome.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you coming on the show, man. But
I did a lot to get here, man. I canceled a lot of plans. I really moved some mountains to be here with you. So again, you're welcome.
Well, all right then. I'm glad you can move mountains to come here and kick it with Tony Strong. I feel privileged and I feel pleasured to have you sitting right here next to me. And I'm sure the fans out there are gonna feel privileged and pleasured to hear the words of Richard motherfucking Reason.
That's right. We're kicking it reason here, and kicking it with reason.
Kicking it with reason.
You could go ahead and change the name of your show there, because I think that's better already. Did you hear that? That was a rating spike.
That was a rating spike? What does that sound like? It sound like psh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's not what's expected, but that's what it sounds like. What, are you alright?
Okay then.
You got any questions for me, Mr. Giggle?
I have one thing that I know I want to know, and I know that the fans want to know. When the young Richard Reason was running around the house thinking of logical things to do, when you turned on wrestling, what was the most logical wrestler that you would like?
Well,
the one that you see yourself in now.
Oh well, see myself in now. That kind of it's a little harder, but I started watching wrestling in the height of the Attitude Era. Stone Cold running around, The Rock, DX, Mankind, Undertaker, all that good stuff. And before I really knew anything about it, just in the beginning stages of watching it, I was really pulled in towards Steve Blackman, actually, which
really
is a weird choice, I guess, considering
like the Black Man or Blackman, Steve Blackman.
Blackman, the Lethal Weapon.
Oh, Steve Blackman.
Not the Glover.
I said Black Man. That's
not Donald Glover. No.
Daniel.
No, Donald.
Donald. Okay. I get you. I get you. All right. I see what you did there. All right.
No.
So
I always found that to be an interesting choice, considering the array of talent that was.
but why Black? Why?
I guess
Steve
I don't know his
Blackman?
persona, his demeanor. Again, I barely started watching this product, so I don't really even know what to look for. So I guess it was just instinctual, really.
Instinctual to go with Steve Blackman. What about your instincts? So okay, I'm pretty sure when you jumped on, you saw the heavy hitters at the time, like The Rock, Stone Cold, all the folks, but you didn't know what to make of it at all. What, besides the persona, the way he walked to the ring looking like a jacked up badass, and the fact that he can probably beat your ass at any point in time in your life, but what else about Steve Blackman that drew?
No, that was really it. Like I said, I was a kid. I really didn't know what I was seeing or what I was watching. So it was not a lot of conscious thought there. I just kind of was gravitated towards him. Later when I found out more, I became more into the Ken Shamrocks, into the Triple H's, and Shawn Michaels is kind of where I topped out, and that's where I was like, okay, that's my dude.
Shawn Michaels.
Early on, as a kid, renting tapes from,
so you can catch Lil Reason around in the neighborhood, super kicking kids.
I tried. I tried for a long time. I wasn't able to get it for a while, but finally I kicked my friend in the face. And
kicked it right in his shit.
Yeah, I've realized I could do it now.
That's cool. So word on the street is that Reason got a background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Brazilian.
Got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu moves up his belt. That's what I was finna say. But I had to change it to be, you know, correct. There's a background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Is that true?
I dabble.
You dabble.
I dabble, yeah.
You dabble. So has that background helped you perfect that super kick?
Yeah, I mean, it keeps you flexible.
Keeps you flexible.
Certainly need those growing muscles to move. You're going to want to do it, at least like, you know, do it correctly. I mean, you can always just kick somebody in the mouth, you know. But, you know, with to do it with the finesse, to call it a super kick, you need to be able to stretch those muscles there. So it's certainly.
So what's your finisher now?
My finisher now is the one that I pin you or make you submit with. You know,
make you submit. It doesn't have a name.
Anything that's available to me.
So what's your go-to move? The move that you know, if I hit him with this move, he's going to sleep.
No one has ever kicked out of my pile driver.
No one has ever kicked the pile driver. That's old school, bro.
Absolutely not. Jerry the King of Lawler ain't got nothing on me.
Really?
Absolutely. You know, since 7 years old, he can come, you know, meet me in the ring if that's what he wants.
Jerry the King Lawler, you heard it here. Richard Reason said, meet him in the ring. We'll see who the master of the pile driver.
Yeah, you know, because I'm the king of this town, and he ain't the king of anything anymore.
The king of anything anymore.
I welcome the challenge.
That's what drawed you to the pile driver?
You know, just it's fundamental. You know, it's fundamental in its destruction. You know, it works, and it works for a reason.
Fundamental in its destruction.
Absolutely, it works, and it works for a reason. And you know, if you're able to garner that position, and you're able to get the leverage needed to drop a man on his head, you know, it very seldomly doesn't get you the pinfall.
Now, see, you have a lot of fans sitting at home like, oh well, you know,
dozens.
Reason don't look like a wrestler. He don't look like a wrestler. He doesn't look like a wrestler.
What's a wrestler?
Explain. That was my next point. Explain to these fans at home who don't know how much strength it takes to lift a grown man off the ground.
Well, you know, it certainly isn't easy, especially when that man does not want to be lifted off the ground.
Exactly.
It can prove quite difficult, and you know, as for not looking like a wrestler, I mean, what does a wrestler look like? You know. What a wrestler looks like to me is a man that or woman that competes in a wrestling match and wins, and I feel like I've done that several times. So how do you like them apples?
How you like them apples? What does a wrestler look like? It's like asking what does water taste like.
Yeah, it tastes like water.
Yeah. What does a wrestler look like? Fucking wrestler.
Like a wrestler.
Yeah. No matter what. So, how important to you? You know, I know the, first and foremost, let's get down to the nitty gritty, the gimmick, bro. Like, what brought that on? The whole leader of logic. I'm here to enlighten the masses.
It's no gimmick, my friend.
It's no gimmick. So what? It's a way of life.
It is the real deal. What you see is what you get.
Okay.
You know, all it is just real life principles that I've adopted and adapted and have turned the volume up to 11. And I'm presenting it in such a way to educate the masses.
But wouldn't it seem like forced education though? Like when they used to make us say the players of the allegiance.
What education isn't forced? What are you gonna just let your 7-year-old kid tell you they don't want to go to school? Oh, okay. Well, they don't want to go because I don't want to force education upon them. Like, no, these people are sheep, and they're not very smart, especially the professional wrestling audience. I'm sorry to say, you know, so I'm here for that reason. For them, I am their savior because they don't know any better, and that's why I'm here. Put your hands up.
They don't know any better. Well, so what are you trying to get them to know?
Just trying to get them to open their eyes, man.
To what?
To reason. And how do you like them apples?
I like apples.
Good.
Now open your eyes to reason. So, you know, most wrestlers, when they get into a wrestling, I guess, business, when they get into the wrestling business, they adopt a gimmick. They don't normally take parts of themselves and turn it up to 1 million or what, turn it up to 11 or whatever.
Yeah.
What steered you away from gimmicky more towards your being you?
Well, you know, I mean, it was a long road to get there. I mean, I didn't always know what I wanted to portray. You know, I remember going to wrestling school in 2007. 2008 at what shall remain.
Y'all didn't know he was training that long. Y'all didn't know. This man got training on his belt. Y'all didn't know. Put your hands up.
That's right. And at an undisclosed location.
It means the dungeon. Because he's in somebody's dungeon on a wrestling mat getting beat up by some old man who's been wrestling 32 years. I'm telling you.
Well, point is, for a long time I just perceived myself as the wrestling trainee. There was no real thought in my head about who I wanted to portray or what I wanted to portray. It was really more about headlocks and wrist locks and cradles and small packages and things of that nature.
The fundamentals,
right?
Back down.
And it was
you
just
pulling
like
a Tim Duncan.
The shorts and the knee pads. You know what I'm saying? Like. And if it was a good day, maybe no shirt. But for a long time, I had no real idea of what I wanted to do. So I mean, a gimmick could have been adopted, but I guess if no one presents you with a gimmick to adopt, it's kind of up to you to think of something. Yeah. I mean, even if that is the adoption of a gimmick, you have to think about that. Yeah. Right. So I mean, when there's not a big company or promotion that is telling me what to do. So I mean, either way, it's going to become an original idea. And I just kind of took pieces of myself and kind of picked out a name. I knew I wanted to have like something about logic, rationale, reason. Reason kind of sounded the most like a real surname, an actual. Funny thing about that, there's a Richard Reason on Facebook that friend requested me, and I denied him.
No, bitch, get off my shit.
I did not want any kind of, you're using my name. Fuck you, it's my name.
Fuck you.
It's my name now. Says who? Who did you ever beat, Richard Reason? In a swimming pool from Montana?
Who did you ever beat? Who did you ever beat? Anywhere. But
so then I had Reason. I wanted a double R, so we went with I actually kind of wanted Richie first. But that was like super,
Richie Reason.
Yeah, super like white meat, baby face kind of.
White. You had to write the
like
first
I had
time.
to do a crossbody every match. Big old face. Crossbody. I had to have done it. So so I went with Richard, which kind of worked out because Richard Dawkins is kind of a big inspiration into what led to the some of the early promos and kind of what I was talking about during those early years where I was like really kind of rebelling against organized religion and things of that nature.
Rebelling against organized religion.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Really got cared about it back then. I really don't give a shit now.
How does that work?
What's that?
Rebellious against organized religion.
Well, I don't want to really get into it.
I don't want to get into it.
Because, that kind of steers us into a different conversation. But, I just used it as kind of an exhaust to vent.
No, I meant like in wrestling, like how does that work? Rebellion against, like how did that,
I just mean
like I remember when Richard Reason came out as, the rebellious one against organized religion until somebody told him not to do it.
Who was that?
They shall remain nameless.
Oh.
But I thought it was great. I was like, this will get you heat like hell.
It was a reflection of where I was at the time, and like not that I don't hold any of those beliefs still. I do. It's just that now I've become a lot more chill about it and don't really care what people think if they don't believe in fairy tales.
That's
and shit.
on you,
like,
Dad.
That's on you. Like it really doesn't bother me. I guess like in my 20s and shit, I was like real.
I mean, when you're young and like that, you gotta find something to hold on to.
Passionate, yeah, and it was passion. Like I felt passionate about it, so like it was like an outlet to kind of get that out. Mm-hmm. So now it's just really more about the positive side and less about the negative.
Less about the negative. I can dig it. So in this wrestling game, what would you classify yourself? You know how nowadays wrestlers classify themselves, I'm a grappler, or I'm a striker, or I'm technical, I'm a high flyer, or I'm a brawler, I'm a bruiser, I'm a powerhouse. How would you classify Richard Reason?
I'd classify myself as a man that wants to win, and whatever style that's gonna get me there quicker and easier is the style that I will adapt. because I'm proficient at every one of those styles. The only question is which one will I use on any given night, depending on who my opponent is.
Depending on who your opponent is, depending on what style you use. But classification-wise, how do you see Richard Reason? Classification, like if you had to put him in, if you had to put yourself in a category.
All of the above, baby.
All of the above. I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it.
All around best wrestler.
All around best wrestler.
Absolutely. And people in 100 years will be talking about my name, Richard Reason.
Really? And
absolutely.
100 years from now.
Generations from now, my man. People are going to be uttering the name.
Richard Reason. Do you know how big of an impact you got to make to transcend generations?
You know, not a lot of people do know, but I happen to, yes, I know.
Very few wrestlers has been able to. Who's your run wrestler that has transcended generations? Besides yourself, of course.
You know, it's hard to compare, you know, especially when you're talking about...
I'm not comparison, but like this wrestler name will, besides Richard Reason.
I guess Hulk Hogan's all right.
Hulk Hogan is all right.
Yeah. The Rock's cool.
The Rock's cool. All right, then. I can dig it. So you feel like Richard Reason's name will soon be as big as The Rock and Hogan?
Their name will soon be almost as big as mine.
Well, I mean, that's a tall order, bro, because you know you got to put in numbers.
Yeah, you know, that's cool. I'll make it happen.
You make it happen.
So what about you, Tony? Tell me, what are you doing these days? Where are you wrestling at?
Well, you know, if fans want to catch me wrestling, they can catch me at AWR. Probably be there this 4th of July weekend. You know, promotion ran by Sean Hernandez. Also, you catch me at TWL, place where me and you wrestle Brian Cage at.
I whooped your ass in that match, dude.
I gave it as good as I got.
Shit, I like fucked up your arm. You were limping, even though your arm was hurt. You were limping for some reason.
That was a big dude.
That was
the big dude. Videos out there. Videos out there. The videos out there.
It's up for debate.
Videos out there. It's not video evidence.
Moving on. Do we have a fucking director here?
But yeah, man, I get around. You know.
Let me ask you something. Why you come over here? You kind of spring this on me. You know, you have me sitting here on your couch like it's gonna be an audition or something, and I'm gonna have to get paid some serious cash to be here. And then you come out looking all fresh. You know, I ain't fresh. You come out with your white shirt that's like actually white, and some bullshit chain. What is this? I'm not fresh.
That's not my fault.
I'm like a damp rug.
That's you don't look damp.
I'm like a damp rug.
You look a little moist.
Stick in the
not
mud.
damp. It's moist
Disgusting.
a little bit. I mean, it's not my fault.
How you gonna do me like that?
I didn't do you like that.
That's exactly what you did. Look at you. You put a belt on.
Yeah.
You put a belt on. I don't got no belt.
You got on gym shorts.
With holes in them.
That's not my fault. You want some gym
You
shorts?
didn't tell me. Yeah. You got some?
I got plenty of them.
Will it make me better at basketball?
No.
Well, I'll take them anyway.
No. Can you play basketball?
I am one of the best basketball athletes you'll ever meet in your day.
Really?
Absolutely. You were looking at the hotshot all-star. Don't you? You were looking at the hotshot all-star of the Harlingen Boys and Girls Club from the years of 1996 through 1998.
Okay,
I tore up that court.
Right.
And went on to the local middle school to make headlines.
Headlines.
The B team.
In the B.
But I made headlines.
Headlines.
When the team got ahead on the points, right? Somebody did a field goal. The team got ahead on the points. And I was sent in because I was the only kid that didn't score. And tell me, did I make it? Did I make that free shot they gave me that blocked everybody? Did I make it?
Did you make it?
Absolutely not.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, it was like it just airballed. Like little bullshit on Kobe. And
I just fucked it up.
Kobe had a video game at that time. He was high courtside though. N64. He did not come through though. So, do I
Hey.
know how to play basketball? Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately, yes. So that extra athleticism helped you when you jumped into the wrestling ring, right?
Look at them. They don't want you to look at them.
What? I would just.
You
I
just went into the wrestling ring. I beat people up like I beat you up. So that translated well.
I don't know about big.
You know, because in the court, if I had been able to throw a bow or two, and I would have been on the top.
I mean, if you played in the '90s, you could.
Well,
You're not that old.
I did play in the 90s.
Late '90s.
Boys and Girls Club. Bro.
From '96 to '98.
It's in a book somewhere.
It's in a book.
I'm sure of it.
What book?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm sure of it.
Oh my goodness.
Look it up.
Oh my God. Look it up. Look it up. If you can find from the Harlingen Boys and Girls Club from the year 1996 to 1998, Richard Reason's name.
I was a cute little kid too.
You let me know in the comments
I was
below.
cute as hell. Yeah.
Oh my God. So as it stands right now, what was, you say, your best performance in any match of all time?
Oh man, I don't know. I've had a couple of good ones. I would really have to reevaluate everything to actually give you a good answer on that. I mean, I don't know. I have a few good memories. You know.
The match you had the most fun?
Oof. Well, I've had good ones with you. You know, we've went around the horn for a while. You know,
Yeah.
beat each other up along the way. We've always had fun matches. El Naval is a thorn I can't get out of my side. I just can't get him out of my side. He's always there. I've probably faced him like 6,547 times. It's I know him in and out, and you know what? It's not over.
It's not over.
Soon I will beat him, and soon I will be TWL champion.
TWL champion. Now,
Mark my words.
Let me ask you a question.
Mark my words.
When
Tony.
you're, well,
I don't see you marking anything down. Mark my goddamn words. I'm gonna be TWL champion.
Reason will be TWL champion. Got you. Now, when you win a title, when you're presented with that championship, what does that mean to you?
Well, you know, it's that's an interesting question because obviously there's two ways to look at it. You know, obviously you didn't win the belt, Brett. You know, you didn't beat anybody for it. But at the same time, it does kind of hold a stamp of confidence of the company or booker or promoter or whoever decided to put it on you. They put it on you for a reason, whether it was a publicity stunt or, you know, you deserved it, or it was just right for the storyline, or it progressed the storyline, or, you know, whatever the case may be, you were the best choice for that role at that moment in time. And there is something to be proud of in that aspect. You know, it's kind of, you know, kind of like an award for a movie or something, an Oscar, an Academy Award, or, you know, an Emmy or something. You know, like it's a reckon. It doesn't really mean much. It doesn't mean that's the best movie ever.
Yeah.
You know, obviously in a lot of cases they aren't that great, or they're chosen for a political reason, or, you know, whatever. Obviously there's all that, but there's something to be said about that recognition. You know, it does mean, you know, something. It's just not like you know, you didn't win the belt. You know,
win the belt,
so you can't ever forget that. But
it's not boxing or MMA
yeah.
or anything like that.
But it is something to be proud of.
Okay, that's what's up. So, how do you feel about wrestlers like gear?
Gear?
Like, do you feel like, oh, you gotta have boots and you gotta have tights and
You gotta have whatever the fuck works for you, man.
right?
You know, I mean, if there's, we've seen, I mean, I will say this. I do agree that most should start in something kind of traditional. Some boots, some knee pads, you know, some trunks or pants or, you know, whatever the fuck you feel comfortable in. I'm not saying it's necessary, but I'm a proponent of people starting in kind of the basics and kind of evolving their way into like the jean shorts or the the khakis or the suits or whatever the fuck goes with the gimmick. In my case, I guess a lab coat, right? I wouldn't recommend having your first match in a lab coat. That doesn't look very good. I'm not saying it looks good now. I'm just saying it probably wouldn't look good then either.
It fits. It works.
Yeah, But yeah, after starting with the fundamentals, man, if it goes with the shit, like if you're, a jungle boy, and you want to dress like Tarzan and shit, then that's what the fuck, that's what it is. You dress for whatever. But I do think it's cool to start, with the basics.
Speaking of tradition, do you feel like certain traditions should be kept in wrestling? Like the locker room etiquette, like walking around shaking everybody's hand or shaking everybody's hand when you leave, or
Well, the thing about traditions like that is they're kind of they're kept alive by the people around it. So I mean, should or shouldn't it? I mean, I don't know, but I mean, it's just kind of like society. I mean, it's going to shift without anybody's real. I mean, you can't really make an impact on that. Like if everybody just decides to stop shaking hands, they're going to stop shaking hands. But I do think it's cool to hold on to stuff. Tradition is important. And it's, wrestling's cracked wide open for everybody now. I mean, me or you may not even be in it if it wasn't, so widely available during our times. But I do feel like, there should be some kind of pride and some semblance of secrecy. I've always said about kayfabe. Everybody knows what kayfabe is.
Kayfabe. Jim Cornette. Kayfabe.
But I've always said, like, kayfabe's still there. It just depends on how you use it. Yeah. If you and your opponent are holding hands walking to the arena the night you're supposed to beat each other up, it's probably not good for the perception. Not to say that anybody thought you were legitimately beating each other up. Yeah. But I mean, like, they're showing up with the intention of suspending their beliefs. So why are you rubbing it in their face like, like, no, we're actually friends. Like, they're coming with they're giving you the benefit of the doubt already. So kayfabe is very much there. I kind of forgot where I was going with that. I had an original point to that, but I took a sidebar.
Yeah, some of the traditions of wrestling, like shaking hands and that you was headed in that direction, then you got on kayfabe and just took the fuck off. Which is cool, man. That's what we're here. We're here to kick it. The conversation go anywhere.
Kicking it with reason.
Kicking it with reason. Strongly kicking it with reason. That's what.
Just kicking it with reason.
Just kicking it with reason. No strong.
Featuring Tony Strong.
Featuring Tony Strong.
Backup vocals.
So I'm the Kevin Federline. So what's the deal with the put your hands up, man? What is that?
I know, man.
That's the Hitler sign, bro.
It's not the Hitler sign. Okay, first of all, hey, it's not stop. It is.
What is that?
No, see, there with the Nazi, there's more of a straightening of the wrist. The wrist and the hand kind of flow in one versus the reason put your hands up. There's more of a tweak in the wrist.
A tweak in the wrist.
And it's kind of, it goes up and then up. You know what I'm saying? Right.
That's uncomfortable.
Put your hands up. It's not.
That's comfortable.
Put your hands up. I've never done that in my life.
You just did it right now.
You fucking liar. It was in demonstration purposes. Damn, don't Photoshop that shit. God damn it.
You can't Photoshop a video. It's a video.
There's programs. There's an app for that.
There's an app for that.
Somebody's downloading it right now.
Right now, they gonna catch you doing the Hitler sign.
I want some royalties from that fucking app.
You know it's gonna be a meme. Somebody gonna cut that part out and say Richard Reasons is Nazi, and then they gonna put you on.
I did not see that coming.
You did.
When you asked me to do this show, that's the last thing that I thought would happen. If I become known as a Nazi, I'm gonna fucking blame you.
It's not my fault.
It's gonna be your fucking fault.
I didn't make you do it.
It's your show. You made me do the speech
all of a sudden it's my show.
And you suggested the Photoshop.
It's not kicking it with reason no more.
Fuck you. It's not. I'm not even here right now. I'm not even here right now.
What happened to kicking it with reason? All of a sudden.
I wasn't playing. Well, you played too much.
You played too much. Stop playing. Stop playing. Oh my God. Speaking of playing, when you're in the ring and you having fun, you know, you're doing your thing, you and your opponent vibing, and bam, your opponent forgets where he at. He fucks up. You know, he's done. The match is done. He's blown. He's done. How do you, and y'all mid-match.
Oh, like, that guy?
Yeah, that guy. The other guy. How do you feel like? How do you straighten it out? Do you keep it going?
Just kick them in the mouth and like I guess to, gauge how much longer they have to go. And
Wow, can you go?
I mean, if necessary, just end it right there. Roll them up or something.
Roll them up. Have you ever faced an overly intoxicated opponent?
Intoxicated? No, I don't think so.
It's intoxicated now, but
no, I've faced some terrible motherfuckers in the ring, but I don't believe that any of them.
Terrible. Define terrible.
God awful dancing, tripping over their feet.
Oh,
no semblance of fundamentals. Kind of like the wannabes.
Okay, I can dig it.
Yeah.
So when you see you're in the ring with one of these, the promoter say, "Hey, you're wrestling this local guy. He's a kid. You know what I mean? Been training like 3 days. I want to test him out, see what he got. I want you to put him over." How do you handle that situation?
Well, I would, after my laugh attack, I would make sure that he was serious. Just to be certain, because it's probably a joke, to be honest. But if he was serious, and that's what he really wanted to do, and he was paying me to do it, then I'll fucking do it. I don't give a shit. Fuck it. Let's just go back to what we said earlier. You didn't win the belt. You didn't win the match either.
Wins and losses don't matter in wrestling, though. Like,
I mean, they do to a certain extent for storyline purposes, but at the end of the day, you're not beating anybody. Nobody's beating you. So stop crying.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Like,
I mean, you can make a point like that one way would go better for a storyline than another way, but if at the end of the day the motherfucking promoter, the guy that's paying you the money to do the shit, if he's telling you to do that, then that's what you do.
Do the job. It's still a job at the end of the day.
Yeah, do the job. I mean, you can care and say something, but if they want to go that way, then that's the way we're doing.
How do you handle somebody that don't want to do the job though? They try to ultimate warrior you.
Well, I mean, hopefully that'd be taken care of before the match, and they can get replaced, or they can fucking take care of it like that. But if they happen to start getting the wild hair up their ass, in the middle of the match, then I mean, he's got to control the situation.
Has anybody ever broodied you? Bruiser Brody, Lex Luger, just stop selling, just fuck you.
No. I mean, I think everything's
like
been
fuck
pretty
you. This
good.
a fight now.
I mean, there's been a couple of times some of those, the lucha libre shows in the flea markets and you get kind of a bunch of wild characters down there, and there's a few guys down there that try to show their ass, but it just depends on how you can handle it, because you can't just bust out into a total shoot either. It makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to see that shit. So you got to be stiff while like still maintaining control of the work. So you're kind of, you can't just like, start boxing the guy. Like you got to control him, be snug, hold a headlock tight, or, hit him one time real good so he knows you're serious, something. You can't just break out into an all-out fight. So there's like a strategy and, kind of dealing with that situation. But I never had to go any further than just like kind of tightening some stuff up.
Well, seeing now that you halfway have taken over Texas, you got people all over Texas putting their hands up, from here to Seguin, from Seguin to Killeen, Killeen to McAllen. People wise.
I see it all the time.
What's next?
What's next? Well, I mean, I'm not real sure. I'm figuring that out myself. Kind of really reevaluating things and see where I want to go. See what I want to do. If I really want to double down, if I want to, go in a different direction. I'm very much at a crossroads right now, kind of seeing which way to go. But I feel confident about the future. I think I got a few more left in me, at the very least.
Okay. You say also, rumor has it that you're only taking exclusive bookings.
Exclusive bookings? No, I'm just working where I've been working.
Okay.
And,
it's like,
really
how much do I got to get to book Richard Reason? Like, you don't take your exclusive bookings?
No, that's poorly worded, and I don't know what your source is on that, but he's probably an idiot.
I'm not going to say you're wrong.
But no, man. I mean, I'm just kind of maintaining right now.
Maintaining?
In a period of growth. I'm looking to grow a little bit. It's just kind of a period of growth. I don't want to stop what I was doing, but I want to maintain. But before I seek other opportunities again, post-COVID, You know, I want to. I have a kind of an idea in my head of what I want to be, and I want to get there first before kind of trying to expand.
So, speaking of expanding, how important is it to you that your brand, like the Reason brand, grow with your ring skills?
You know, obviously it's important. I mean, that's where the money comes from, and we all want. I mean, we all love this business, but we all want to make money. I mean, that's the reason for it. You know, we want to make a living off of it, and you know, growing your brand is the way to do that. Now, you can take the grassroots approach and you know, visit every small town in the state and the country.
Take the Lex Luger, the Lex Express.
Just kind of make a tour of it and try to get as many people talking as you can, or you know, you can work smarter, not harder, and get on this thing we call television, and you know, now spread your brand more one time than the other way. You're
not really social media active like that.
That's right. Yeah.
So
I really don't like social media.
I can dig it.
I mean, I'm on it and I use it and I, you know, I use it sometimes more than others, and you know, I follow people and I share the appropriate things. But I mean, as far as putting my personal life on there, I feel like it's nobody's goddamn business. Nothing, no pleasure of mine comes to me from putting my life out there, and you know, kids, siblings, parents, you know, anything like that.
Yeah.
You know, just I get no benefit from that. I don't, you know.
So you don't feel like social media is important for brand building?
I do. No, that's on the contrary. That's why I have it.
That's why I have it.
I mean, what I'm saying is I don't care, like really enjoy it.
Oh, okay.
At least, you know, for some more personal things.
Oh.
But no, it's very important for branding. You know, that's the whole reason why I have it.
Oh, okay. Well, now is the time of the show I give my guest a chance to flex a little bit, to let people know where he got not that type of flex. Not put the guns up.
It hurt.
Not you gotta have a permit till September. I got some KT tape.
Yeah.
I get it right now after the show.
Cool.
But now I give my guest a chance to flex, let people know where he gonna be at, where you can follow him at on social media, where you can catch him at if he like cake. Y'all can send him some cake. Y'all can send him some socks, favorite color socks or whatever. He's gonna let you know right now. Tell them where they can catch you.
I'll tell you where you can find me. This is the one-stop shop to find anything Richard Reason related. Are you ready to grab your pins? Do you have your Note app out? Get it. Hurry up. We're all waiting on you. Okay, here it is. You ready? Nowhere. Leave me the fuck alone. Don't follow me. Fuck you.
All right, then.
I feel like there was a third, but I think that covered it.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
All right, man, we gonna get up out of here. This has been another episode of Kicking It Strong with Reason. And my guest has been the one, the only, the leader of Logic, the informer of the masses, here to lead the dumb, deaf, and blind into the light of acknowledgement, Mr. Richard motherfucking Reason. You know him, you love him. Put your motherfucking hands up, and we gonna get up out of here. I want to appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your homies, show love, grow love. We out.
We out.